Good morning. This is my fourth talk about Stress Awareness Month here in April. Now, I've spoken about a few different things. Stress being part of our everyday lives. Stress being a reaction to us having to deal with, danger. When our lives feel threatened, stress is a natural thing that is part of our, makeup as humans. The issue is that the stress of everyday lives takes us into a whole level of stress that we weren't built for. Our bodies weren't prepared for it and designed for it. And so when we look at the levels of stress in modern day life that we're accustomed to, we think it's the norm. We accept it as the norm, in fact, because everybody else around us is doing the same thing, right? Everyone else is rushing around. Everyone else is, trying to get the job to pay the bills, to keep the roof over their head. Sometimes people are at extremes where they're just in survival mode. So no wonder they're stressed. And I know it's going to sound really strange, but actually for those of us who are not quite in survival mode, who are managing to keep our head above the water a little, and are able to do that, we still have put ourselves under enormous amounts of stress, because we're then chasing the next thing, the bigger pay packet, the next job, the more clients. We want to reach six figures. Our kids in the best school, got to live in the best air, and on and on and on. It's like, yeah, we're more stressed than we've ever been, because look at all of these things. And then when you come to different parts of the world where I guess technically the standard of living is low and the cost of living is low, when you look at the makeup of those people's lives, when you look at the things that they worry about, or rather the things that they don't worry about, they have such simple lives. And that's the reason for doing this video is, one of the keys to us dealing with our stress is simplifying our life. Slowing down, minimalizing all the things that we have or we think we should have or we're striving to get. Let's simplify our lives, because when there's less things to do in terms of I've got to be going to this place and I've got to do that, and my kids have got to do like 10 activities every week because I was poor and I grew up from a poor household, and so they must be doing all those things. And I'm not criticizing anybody here, because I've fallen into that trap as well. You come from working class backgrounds, and the things that you didn't have, we think we automatically should be providing them for our kids. We think actually they should go to about 10 different after school clubs, because they should be able to try absolutely everything that's out there before they decide. It doesn't work like that. Kids get confused. Look at the supermarkets, right? We've got too many choices in our supermarkets, right? Ridiculous amounts of choices. We enter the paralysis from analysis, because there's just too much. I was in the supermarket with my boys the other day. We were just looking for some cheese. All I wanted was some cheese, right? It was too much. It was too much. The choices and options that were available was too much. I was just feeling stressed out just by looking at it, all the different options. So, as usual, I'm not saying it is easy. I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, in a week, in a month's time. But what can we do, each and every one of us in our lives? You've got a partner, sit down with your partner and say, hey, let's simplify our lives. What can we do? Do we need to be stressing in the way that we are because of all the things that we're chasing? As I said, the simplicity of lives of indigenous people in other parts of the world hold a lot of lessons for us who live in, wealthy countries, more capitalist economies. They hold a key to living stress-free. Now, I'm not saying they don't have any stress. Of course they have some stresses, but stress is not the focal point of their lives. Their social connections, the way they look after each other in their communities, it's a lot different to what we do in the UK and in other countries. So my challenge to all of us is, what can we each do? What can we do in our lives to make it less stressful? All right, as usual, take care, bless up, and one love. Peace.